I was an intern in the literary department in 1994, I think it was, and Louis Douthit, who's still here, was around at that time, as were a lot of people, kind of a shocking number of people. As I wander around, I discover more and more how much of the community is still here, and I think it speaks to, how much people love this place and how much of a family is created here. So that's been a very moving part of returning. I was here for about 6 months, and I was mostly, I think, reading scripts. I remember directing a couple of readings, and I don't think I knew what I was talking about. But I was very, in a swoon over this place and the great magic and allure of the place. So for a long time, I've known Bill, mostly I think through Sarah Rule, who we've both worked a lot with. And I think she kind of initially connected us. And then, and Bill actually came, he was at Yale directing a show at the Yale Repertory Theater when I was teaching there, and I was teaching a directing class, and I had Bill come in for one day, and I realized what a tremendous mistake it was very quickly, because all the students were desperately in mad love with Bill, and they all wanted him to be their teacher. He was great. So, so then when he got this job, we started to talk more and more about possibilities of my working here, and he's seen, I think, quite a bit of my work with Shakespeare. And so we've had an ongoing dialogue for a few years before he actually got in residence here about what projects, and I love the idea of working with a company. I was for a while an associate artistic director at the Woolly Mammoth Theater, where there's also a resident company of actors, and same thing, just did a show at ACT in San Francisco. And it's just something, I mean, I know there's like very unique gifts that you can only get from working with a company. And I have directed some musicals. There's sort of one big musical that I did called Green Violin that I created and then directed about Chagall and the Soviet Yiddish Theater, which premiered in Philadelphia at the Prince Music Theater. And then also, actually that was starring Raul Esparza, who was an incredible person to work with. And then I directed it in Russia as well a couple of years ago. And ever since then, I've really wanted to do more musicals. And so I was always saying to Bill, I would love if you would bring me there to work on a musical, if it was possible. Most of my work as a director is like very sound-based. It's very scored. If the play doesn't require it, then I wouldn't do it. But like for a Sarah Rule play, which has a kind of fantastical, fantastical worlds, and I do a lot of those kinds of plays, pieces. I tend to they're pretty like music heavy, and I'm just I kind of drive sound designers crazy because I work very much from music always, and visual. Sort of the impulse comes from sort of sound and design a lot for me. So so it seems to me like a very natural fit. And what's so great about She Loves Me is that, it's a musical with deep psychological complexity and very rich kind of storytelling. So I think, being used to doing Shakespeare and, and very kind of complicated, rich psychological lives, I feel like this will tap into, hopefully a lot of my skills. Yeah, I mean, I really mean it when I say that I kind of drive sound designers crazy, and it's partly because if something is going to be scored, I need to be working with the music right from the get-go, and it's very precise in my mind, and it's really like it's so much setting the tone, kind of finding the tone along with the music, along with a soundscape or music. I just directed Twelfth Night, which had an incredible score by Marty Desjardins, who's a wonderful sound designer and a live, really extraordinary quintet, and that was, you know, a really great example of it. You know, in a way, the piece is about music, and it was really dripping in music, sort of very sensuous, and you know, he was in the room every day, constantly, and I would sort of always, it's like, you know, it cuts right through everything, kind of right straight to the heart. So I think I just find it having if there's going to be sound or music in the world, having it to guide you, it becomes this incredible kind of, you know, you're trying to reach it.